Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. Now take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Anyways, today's puzzle is called Blobs and Evens by Jeff Wajes. And I guess that's the play on odds and evens, but it's blobs and evens. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, column, or box. And box, I should say. Digits along a thermometer increase from the bulb. So, for example, if this were a 3, could be a 5, and that would be a valid thermometer because it increases from the bulb to the tip. Each white circle is the nucleus of an amoeba. An amoeba is a region of all orthogonally connected cells, including the nucleus, with digits of the same parity. So orthogonally connected just means that they share an edge, and a region that's orthogonally connected must have every part of the region be connected from to another one by an edge. And including the nucleus, and each white circle is the nucleus of an amoeba. An amoeba can only have a single nucleus, that is, one white circle in it, and the digit inside the nucleus indicates how many cells are in the amoeba, including the cell with the nucleus. So, as an example, this could be a nucleus, this could be an amoeba, and this circle would be the nucleus. And the nucleus tells you how many cells are in the amoeba. So in this example, it would be 5. Digits may repeat within an amoeba if allowed by other rules. Not every cell in the grid needs to be part of an amoeba. So for basically in this amoeba, okay, so parity. Parity means that they're just the same if they're either all odds or all evens. So for example, in this one, this would have to be all odds because the 5 is there, and it's saying this is a 5 region. So you could also have a 5 here too, because there's no restriction on the digits aside from normal Sudoku rules or the thermometer rule. And not every cell in the grid needs to be part of an amoeba. Well, I guess you could think of it that every cell is part of an amoeba, but not every amoeba has to have a nucleus in it, right? Because everything is odd or even, right? And all an amoeba is basically just orthogonally connected cells of the same parity. So you could think of it as a rule that basically every cell can be part of an amoeba or is a part of an amoeba, but not every amoeba has to have a nucleus in it. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that comes up to me is that since we only can have one nucleus per amoeba, this doesn't orthogonally connect with anything but other nucleus. So this can never be part of any other amoeba. Therefore, this has to be odd. So therefore, this is odd, and it's 1, because it cannot be connected to any other cell. That means these two are both even, but they cannot be part of the same amoeba. Therefore, this cannot be connecting because they would then be part of the same amoeba. Therefore, this is odd. Therefore, both of these have to be at least 2 because they're both odd. They're both even. So this is at least 2, 4, 6, or 8. This cannot be part of the same amoeba, so therefore this has to be odd, because it can't be, if it were even, it would be part of the same amoeba. This can't be 1, therefore it must be at least 3. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay, so there's that. This is different from all these parodies, right? We don't know what this one is, so we'll make this pink and we'll make these yellow. But they have to be opposite parodies because they cannot be part. If they were part of the same, if they were the same parody, they would be part of the same amoeba. So therefore, these two cannot connect because they cannot be the same parody. So these have to be purple or pink, because then if they were part of this, if they were the same parody, then they would be part of the same amoeba, which is not allowed because you can't have two amoebas with the same parody. Okay. Um. Similarly, these are different um, parodies. So these two are different from this one. What is this? If it's odd, it could be 1, 2, 3, and then continue out. So if it's odd, it has to be 1, 2, 3, and then continue out. If it's even, it can only be 2. So this could be 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, or 2. This, however, is 1, 2, or 3 at most because it can't continue with this parody, right? It can't go, these are not part of the same parody, so this is 1, 2, or 3 to be going here because it cannot be part of the same amoeba as this one, and these are the same parody. So this is 1, 2, or 3. So either this is even and it's 2, or this is even and it's 2, right? One of these two has to be 2. So one of these is 2, right? Because if this is odd, this has to be even, and this can only be 2. Therefore, if these are even, it must, first of all, this is 2, and it must continue out here and out here. So that's fine. If this is odd, then this becomes 2 and whatever. And this could be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. And this could be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. That's possible. This is odd, so this is 3, 5, 7, or 9. This is also 3, 5, 7, or 9. Ah! We have 2 even numbers. Sorry, we have 4 even numbers in here because we know both of these must be at least 2. Or one of them has to be at least 2. Well, they both have to be at least 2. So therefore, in box 7, what are the rest of the numbers? You have 4 evens already, therefore you cannot have any more evens. Therefore, these must all be odd. Therefore, as an amoeba, this has to be 2 because it's blocked off. Therefore, this is a 2. This can't be 2 anymore. It must be greater than 2. It has to be at least 4. So therefore, this has to be an amoeba to be orthogonally connected to anything else. This is also 4, 6, or 8. This is 4, 6, or 8. These are, of course, 3, 5, 7, or 9. What else do we know about this? This has to contain at least 4. It could go here and then go here. That's possible. Or go here and here and then continue on. Or just continue here this way. So either of these works. We know 4 out of 5 of the, okay, so what else do we know? I'm not sure. So this is 2. This is 4, 6, or 8. So it could be 4, and then that's all. Oh, is that possible? Say this was 4 all this way, right? Then these would all be odd because we have 4 evens already in the column. But if these are all odd, I guess it could go that way and that would be odd. That's fine. Can these ever be odd? Essentially is the question, right? Maybe. If this is odd, so if they're both odd, that means it would have to be there would have to be one even here, right, to break up the odds. Because it cannot be three odds here then, if that were the case. Right? So one of these would be even, right? Because you can't have 3 odds here then. Therefore, both of these would be odd. Therefore, this would be even. I don't think that gets us anywhere. Oh. Hmm. Um, we know this is 2 odds and 1 even because there's 3 of each already in this box. So this is 2 odds and 1 even. Okay, so if this is odd, this has to be 2. So then this has to be even. Ah, which doesn't work. Because then this would have to be odd and odd. And therefore this would have to be 2, which is not allowed. So this cannot be... So again, if this is odd, this would have to be even. That makes that 2. And therefore it would have to be just those 2. Which would make this also 2, which is not allowed because it's an odd. So this cannot be odd. This has to be even. Therefore, so the yellows are even. And the pinks are odd. These are all odd. Therefore, this cannot be a 2. This has to be blue and even. And we have 4 evens in box 3. Therefore, the rest of the boxes are all odd. So this has to be at least 3. This is 4, 6, or 8. This is 4, 6, or 8. Therefore, they have to include at least 3 other blues with them. But we know this can be only 1 this way. So this is 4, 6, or 8. This is 4, 6, or 8. It could go something like that, and this could be even. That is possible. This at least has to be 3. We don't know if it's more or whatever. What else do we know about this? This can't be 2. This is obviously 4, 6, or 8. If this is even, that would make this 4 evens in row 2. Therefore, there cannot be another even in row 2, except that the problem is this would be even. It would be next to 2 odds, and then 2 odds this way, because these have to be different parities, because of there can only be 1 nucleus in an amoeba. Therefore, this cannot be even, because then it would be an amoeba of 1 size, and therefore it would be odd. Therefore, this has to be odd no matter what. So this is odd, and the greens are even, so they're now blue. So these are even, so this could be 1. This is even, and that's even. Let's see. It must contain at least another one. But it could go this way and that way. We know 2 of these are odd and 1 is even. I'm wondering if this can connect to this one, right? If it connects that way, you need at least 1 more. It's possible. Oh, neither of these can be 2. Oh, that's interesting. So this is this has to be 4, 6, or 8. This is 4, 6, or 8. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, how many digits do we... Okay, so how many evens are there? There's 4 evens per set, and there's 9 sets, so that's 36 evens. We already have 2, 4. This could be 4, so that's 8. This has to be 4 and 6 at least, so that's 10. So that's 18. This is 4 and 6 at least, that's 28. Uh, hmm. Interesting. Not sure what that tells us. This could be 1. No, it can't be 1. If this were 1, the problem is both of these would be even, and we know we already have 3 evens already in row 2. So that would make 5 evens in row 2, which is not allowed. So this has to be 3, 5, 7, or 9, which means 1 has to be one of these 3. And 1 has to be one of these 3, but it can't be this one because that would be greater than this. Therefore, this is at least This one of these two is 1. This cannot be 1. Can't be 2. This could be 3 through 9, though. That is possible. What else do we have? So can this ever be even? If this were even, you'd have to go even. You cannot have 4 just in box 1. So you would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's not allowed. You can't go 1, 2, 3, 4 because that's not allowed. And you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4 because we already have an even here. So this can never be even. If that's, again, if this were even, we need an even amoeba of at least 4. The problem is you can't, if you go this way, that would have 2 nucleuses, so that's not allowed. If we try to do this, that's 5 even cells in box 1, so that's not allowed. If we try to do these 4, that's not allowed because we have 5 evens in row 1, and you can't do that because, again, you have 5 evens in box 1. So this can never be even. This has to be odd. Since this is odd, we know this has to be even. So this can never be a 1. So this can't be 1, which forces this to be 1. This is 2, 4, 6, or 8. This could be even. So this has to go here and then include one of these at least. So it has to be, okay, if it goes here, this then has to be even, right? If it goes here, it could be that's even, right? So to continue for this one, it cannot go 4 that way because that would be 5 evens in a row, which is not possible. It could go here and then continue. That's fine. But then it would basically have to be even here. It could go here, but then if it goes here, it has to go here too. Because there are no more evens that are allowed this way. This is odd, we know. So it has to go something like this, right? So either it goes this way and goes down, or it goes this way and it must include that one. So either way, this has to be even, right? And then one of these two is even. Since one of these two is even, we have 4 evens in row 2. Therefore, the rest of the row cannot be even. So therefore, this is odd and this is odd. The rest of row 1 has to be odd, so therefore these are all odd. This must be at least 4, so it has to continue down here because there's no other place for it to go for the amoeba. Again, this could be here or it could go here and then continue on, so that's fine. How do these amoebas interact? This must be a separate amoeba from this. This, if the minimum amount of cells that can be contained with this in this amoeba is for this box is these 2, right? It could go out then afterwards. So it could go here, then out. So therefore there's 2 amoebas at least for this, 2 cells that are for this amoeba at least. And in fact, actually it has to, well, it could go this way. It cannot connect this way, so therefore this can't be part of the amoeba. And in fact, it can't go both of these, right? So where does this go? Can this ever actually, it can never go this way. So it either goes this way or it goes this way. But if it goes this way, that's already 4 evens in column 1. Therefore, the rest would be odd, and therefore it would have to go this way. Therefore, this is always even. So this can't be even. This can't be a 1. We have 4 evens now in column 2. So the rest of them must be odd. Since these are both odd, this is even. Where can this go? It can't go. Okay, so where can this go, essentially? We know it's at least 4, so it must go up here. But it can't be part of another amoeba. And also, that's 4 odds. Sorry, 4 evens already in column 1. Therefore, these 2 are odd. Therefore, this is at least 5. This has to be 4 exactly. So this can't be 4. This can't be 4. This is 2, 6, and 8 then. This has to be at least 4, so it must go that way. We have 4 evens in box 4. Therefore, the rest of the box cannot be even. Therefore, this is odd. These 2 are odd. Therefore, we know this is odd, odd, odd. We have 5 odds in column 3. Therefore, this must be even. So this cannot be 3, 5, 7, or 9. It's 4, 6, or 8. And we have 4 evens now in row 2. So this must be odd. Wow, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least. At least 7. So this is not 3 or 5. This is 7 or 9. This has to be exactly 5. So this is 5. This has to be 4 at least, so therefore it must go out here. We have 4 evens in row 4. So the rest of the row cannot be even, so they have to be odd. So this is odd, and this is odd. Which means this goes to an even. And it has to be at least 4. So therefore this must be even. This cannot be part of the same amoeba as this. Therefore, it can only go up to here, and it cannot be part of the same amoeba. So that can't be blue. This has to be red, because they can't be part of the same amoeba. Therefore, this is only 4 in size. So this is a 4, which means this can't be 4, this can't be 4. None of these, we have a 4, 6, 8 triplet in box 1. The rest of the box cannot contain 4, 6, or 8. Therefore, this is a 2. This is 4. This can no longer be 4. This can't be 4. This can't be even because no amoeba can have 2 nucleuses. Therefore, this is odd and at least 3. This has to be size 4. So therefore, this is 4, which means this is at least 6 or 8, which means it must continue on. Therefore, it must continue to here. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in size. So therefore, this is a 9. Let's see. This cannot be 5 anymore. So this is 6 or 8. This, we have a 2, 6, 8 triplet in box 4. So what is this? This has to be a 4. So this cannot be 4. We have a 6, 8 pair in row 4. So where is a 2? It can only be an even, so therefore it has to be that one. This can't be 2. This can't be 4. It's 6 and 8. Therefore, what are the evens in the rest of box 2? It has to be 2, 4 because it can't be 6, 8 because of the 6, 8 pair. Therefore, this is 2 or 4. This is 2 or 4. This could be 4, 6, or 8. This cannot be 6 or 8 because we have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in column 8. Therefore, this is 2 or 4. Ooh. Pardon me. Interesting. What about this amoeba? If it goes this way, it has to extend out somewhere else, right? Because that would be 4 evens in that column. Okay, actually, what about this? Yeah, there we go. If this connected to this region now, the problem is this would be size 10 amoeba because these are 8, This would be 9, and that would be 10. Therefore, this cannot connect with this region, this amoeba. Therefore, this must be even. Since this is even now, we have 4 evens in column 4. So the rest of the evens, the rest of the cells cannot be even. Therefore, this must be odd. This must continue out this way. This cannot be 4, and it can't be 2. Therefore, this must be 6 or 8. We have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in column 4. Therefore, this cannot be 6 or 8. The rest of the column cannot be 6 or 8, so this must be 4, which makes this not a 4, so this must be 2. This can't be 2 anymore. We have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in box 4, so the rest of the boxes cannot be 6 or 8, so therefore this is 2. This is 2 and 4. We also know this is at least 6, so therefore this is even. Since this is even, we have 4 evens in row 5, so the rest of the row cannot be even. Therefore, these are odd. This, again, must be at least 6 in length, so this has to be even. And now we have 4 evens in column 8, so the rest of the column cannot be even. Therefore, this is odd. Okay. Now, one of these must be even, and one of these must be odd. If it goes even this way, this can't be even, so it must be odd. So this is 6 or 8 also. So if this is even, then it cannot connect with this, so this must be odd. And then therefore this would have to go down, which is possible. And if it goes this way, obviously, then it has to go down. And that would be even. Okay, so one of these is even and one of these is odd. If this is even, if, again, this is even, say this was even, then this has to be 8 in size, and therefore this would have to be even, which would finish that, and therefore this would be odd, which is possible. Oh, can this ever be even? If this is even, the problem is it cannot be 2. It has to be at least 4. But if it's 4, it connects with this amoeba, which is not allowed. Therefore, this cannot be even. Therefore, this has to be odd. So this is at least 5. Interesting. So this is 5, 7, or 9. If this is even, this has to be odd. Can this ever be 5 or greater? No, because if it's 5 or greater, it would have to connect with this amoeba, which would have 2 nucleuses. So that's not allowed. So this has to be 3, which means these two are even because this is 3 already in size. So these two are even. Therefore, we have 6 evens. We have 4 evens in box 6 now. This has to be odd. Therefore, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is 6 in length, so this is 6, which means this cannot be 6. This is 8, which forces that to be 6, forces that to be 8, which makes that 8, and that's 6. This is 8 in length, therefore it must continue on, so therefore this is even. This cannot be part of the same amoeba, so this must be odd. Therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 must continue on. Therefore, this is 8, and therefore the ones next to it have to be odd to make sure this amoeba doesn't get longer, right? So because it's only 8 in length. We now have 5 odds in box 8. Therefore, the rest of the box cannot be odd. Therefore, they must be even. This is even. This amoeba is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 already. So it cannot have any more odds with it. So therefore, this must be even. So this is 9. This is 3 because of the way it's broken down. So this is 3. This has to be 5 because the rest are even and the rest are odd, right? There's 2. This cannot connect with orthogonally with any other odd. Therefore, this has to be 5 then because there's only 5 odds in box 9. So this has to be 5. So this can't be 5. Where's the 5 in box 7? It has to be here. So where are the evens here? There's 1 even here, 1 even here. So this has to be even. So this cannot be 6. If this were 6, this would have to be 8, but then both possibilities would be disallowed here for this cell. So this cannot be 6, or it can't be 8, obviously, because 8 is the largest even number. Therefore, this must be 2, and this must be 6 and 8. We have a 6, 8, 6, 8 pair in box 8. Also, we have 4 evens in column 9, so this has to be odd, which makes this an even. Let's see. This can't be 2. It cannot be 6 or 8 because of the 6, 8 pair in box 8. Therefore, it must be 4. So therefore, this must be 2. 4 cannot be any of these 3 numbers in box 9. So where's the 4 in box 9? It has to be here. This has to be 4 because of what's left over. This must be 6 because of what's left over in box 6. This must be an 8. This can't be a 2, so this is a 4, which makes this a 2. This can't be an 8 anymore, so that's a 6, which forces that to be 8, which forces that to be 6, which makes that an 8, which makes that a 6, and therefore this is an 8. And this is a 6. So we have all the well, okay, no, yeah, this is an 8 now, and this is a 6, which makes that 8. So we have all the evens now. Now we just need to Sudoku all the odd numbers. Okay. We need 1, 7, and 9 here. This cannot be 1. This cannot be 1. Where's the 1 in column 9? It has to be here. So this is 7 or 9. It cannot be 9 because of that 9. So this must be 7, which forces this to be 9. This is now 1, 3, and 7. Where is the 5 in column 8? It can only be here. So that's 5. This is 1, 3, 1, 3. But this can't be 1. Therefore, this must be 3, and that must be 1. This has to be, what? 5, 7, and 9. So any of those work still. This, again, is 1, 3, and 7. So this can't be 1 or 3 because of the 1 and 3 here. Therefore, this must be 7. Whereas the 5 in row 9, it has to be here. This is a, what, 1, 3 pair. This has to be 1, 7, or 9. And this can't be 9. So this has to be 5, 7, and 9. This can't be 9. Let's see. This is 3, 7, or 9. 9 can't be here, but this could be 3 or 7. This could be 3, 7, or 9. This could be 3, 7, or 9. And these are all 3, 7, or 9. Okay, so where's the 5 in column 1? Cannot be here. Therefore, this must be 5, which means this can't be 5. This can't be 3, and this can't be 3. The 3 has to be one of these two in row 4. Sorry, row 6, which means in row 4, this is 3, 7, or 9, but this can't be 9 here. Where's the 9 in row 4? It has to be here then. So this is the 9. This can't be 9. This becomes a 3-7 pair then, which makes this a 1-5 pair. And so far that's okay. But we have a 3-7 pair in column 6, so the rest of the column cannot be 3 or 7. Therefore, this must be 1, which forces this to be 5 and that to be 1. That also makes that a 7, and that's a 5. This can no longer be 1, so where's the 1 in column 2? It can only be here. So this is 1. These can't be 1 again because of this 1. We have a 3-7-9 triplet in column 5, so the rest of the column cannot contain a 3, 7, or 9. Therefore, where's the 1? It has to be here. This can't be 9 anymore. This must be 3 or 7. So we have a 3-7-9 triplet now in box 2. Actually, we have a 3-7 double in box 2. Pair. So 3 and 7 cannot be in the rest of the box. So therefore, this is a 9. This has to be a 5 then. This can't be 3 or 7, so this is 9. This cannot be 9. What is left here? This has to be a 9. This is also a 3-7 pair. This can't be 9. This can't be 3, therefore that forces this to be 7, which makes that a 3, which makes that a 7. Therefore that's a 3. This can't be 7 anymore, so this is 9, which makes that 7. This 1 eliminates that 1, so this is a 3, this is a 1. This can't be 3 or 9, so this is 7, which makes that 3, makes that 9, makes that 3, that a 7, and this must be a 7 because of that 3, and therefore this is a 3. And that's a solution. Yeah, pretty fun, actually. I like the constraints were very cool, actually, how they interacted with the evenness. And that's why I guess it's mainly the blobs and even. Again, like, you could think of this as an amoeba which doesn't have a nucleus in it. Or I guess you could also think of this as not essentially an amoeba. But then this would not be amoeba. It's hard to, then it would be hard to see. So I'd like this thinking of these as just amoebas without a nucleus in them. So it's specifically these cells do not have an amoeba. I think everything else does. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.